everyone. In this video we will be talking about balanced forces. Now suppose a wooden box is lying on the ground like this. Do you think there are forces acting on this body which is at rest? Yes, there are certain forces which are still acting on this body even though it is at rest. The first and the foremost one is the force due to its weight, which is the force of gravity towards the center of earth. Now this is the first force, which is the force of gravity, which is due to the weight of the box. Now even though the force is in the downward direction, the body is not digging into the earth, that is, it's not moving in this direction, it is still here at the same place. The reason is that there is another force which acts opposite to this force, that is called the force of reaction. Now the force of gravity is exerted by the body to the ground, but this force, that is the force of reaction, is exerted from the ground to the body. The ground exerts the force on the body in return to this force. So these two forces are acting on a body which is at rest on the ground. Now suppose we push it in this direction lightly. So there will be one more force, that is the force of our push. Now since we have pushed it lightly, this heavy box will not move at all. And this is because of another force which comes into play in the opposite direction to our push. And this force is what we call as the force of friction, which is due to the contact of two surfaces, that is the surface of the lower surface of this box and the surface of the ground. So this force of friction comes into play the moment we start pushing the box. And the force of friction is exactly equal in magnitude to the force of our push, but acts in the opposite direction to the push. And this results in this body to be at rest, and this body does not move at all because the force of friction is exactly equal to the force of our push. So here we have seen that even though this body is at rest, the box is at rest, there are four forces which are acting on this body. The first one is the force of gravity, the second one is the force of reaction, and the third one is the force of push, and in the opposite direction we have the fourth one, which is the force of friction. Now let us say the force of gravity be 100 Newton, and since the force of reaction is equal and opposite to the force of gravity, its value will be equal to minus 100 Newton. And suppose the force of push that we apply onto this body is taken to be 10 Newton, and since the force of friction is equal and opposite to the force of push, it must be equal to minus 10 Newton. So let's say these are all the forces which are acting on this body with this magnitude. Now let us calculate the total force that acts on this body due to all the four forces. And what we have to do is simply adding up all the magnitude of the forces. So let us do that. So the total force or net force on the body or the wooden box is the sum of the force of gravity, the force of reaction, the force of push, and the force of friction. Now the force of gravity, we have taken it as 100 Newton. The force of reaction is minus 100 Newton. The force of push is 10 Newton, and the force of friction is taken to be minus 10 Newton, since it is equal and opposite to the force of push. Now on adding all these forces, what we get is 0 Newton, since 100 and minus 100 cancel each other, and 10 and minus 10 Newtons cancel each other. So here the total force or the net force on the body is found to be 0 Newton. Now the net force on this box is found to be 0, so the box doesn't move at all. Since the net force on the box is 0, it doesn't move at all. Although there are four forces which are acting on the box in total, it doesn't move because the net force on the box, which is the sum of all the forces acting on the box, is found to be 0. So the body remains at rest until the force is 0, until the net force on it is 0. Now we had the body with 4 forces acting on it. The first one was force of gravity, the second was force of reaction, the third was force of push, and the fourth was force of friction. Now these two forces being equal and opposite to each other balance each other or cancel out each other, and these two forces being equal and opposite to each other cancel out each other or cancel the effects of each other. So a set of all such 4 forces or any number of forces which add up to 0 are termed as balanced forces. So we say that a set of forces which add up to 0 or whose resultant is will be 0 are termed as balanced forces, or all these forces balance each other, and this results in the motion or rest of the body. That means the state in which the body is already existing doesn't change because the force acting on the body add up to 0. So we define balanced forces as if the resultant of all the forces acting on a body is 0, the forces are called balanced forces. Here the word resultant simply means the net force of the net force which is acting on the body. Now let us look at some examples of balanced forces. The first one would be the suitcase held steady in the hand of a man. Now this suitcase also has a few forces acting on it. The first one is the force of gravity, that is because of the weight of this suitcase, which is in downward direction towards the center of earth. And the second force which is acting on this suitcase is by the man who is holding the suitcase with his hand, and this force is the force of pull which is exerted by this man who is holding it. Now these two forces are also equal and opposite to each other in direction, and that is the reason why the suitcase is held steady in the hand of the man. It doesn't fall down or it doesn't go upwards even. It is steady in this position itself because these two forces being equal and opposite in direction cancel out each other or balance each other. So here the force of gravity or the weight of the suitcase is balanced by the force of pull exerted by the man. The second example could be the game of tug of war, wherein there is a rope and 2 teams around the ends of the rope. So one team is here and the next team, the second team, is at the other end of the rope, and these 2 teams pull the rope towards themselves. That is, the first team pulls the rope towards themselves, let's say with the force F, and the second team pulls the rope in the opposite direction with the same force, let's say F. Now if these two forces are exactly equal in magnitude and opposite in direction, this rope doesn't move from its place, and none of the teams win because the rope doesn't move, and this is because the force of pull in both the directions, and that is the opposite directions, is exactly the same and are opposite in direction. Now this is an example of balanced forces. These two forces of pull form a set of balanced forces. Now here we can say that the forces of pull in either sides being equal in magnitude and opposite in direction balance each other. So the net force is 0 and thus the rope doesn't move. Now let us learn some more facts about balanced forces. The first one is that if a number of balanced forces are acting on a stationary body, that is a body which is at rest, the body doesn't change its state of rest. So we can conclude that if a number of balanced forces are acting on a body which is at rest, these forces cannot result in the motion of the body which is stationary. The second thing is that if a number of balanced forces act on a body which is in uniform motion, the body continues to be in its state of uniform motion. What I mean to say is that the force, that is the balanced forces, cannot change the state of uniform motion of a body. if a body is in uniform motion when the balanced forces act on it, these forces are not capable of changing the state of uniform motion to something else, for example a non-uniform motion, or they cannot even make the body to come to rest. The body will continue in the state of uniform motion even though a set of balanced forces acts on it. The third thing is that the balanced forces neither produce motion in a stationary body nor can they stop a moving body. These balanced forces cannot change the state of a moving body or a body which is at rest. If the body is at rest, then a set of balanced forces cannot make this body to move. Or if a body is in motion, a set of balanced forces cannot make the body to stop. Now, here is an interesting fact about balanced forces. We have studied that the balanced forces are incapable of setting a body which is at rest to motion or a body which is in motion to rest. But one thing they can do for sure, which is changing the shape of the body. Balanced forces can change the shape of the body even though they cannot set a stationary body to motion or they cannot set a body which is moving to rest. So here is an example where a spherical balloon, when forces are applied to it from both the directions, then the shape of this spherical balloon changes to oblong. That is, the spherical balloon becomes oblong when pressed from two sides. So this was all about balanced forces, and we have learned in this video that if a set of forces acting on a body add up to 0, we call that set of forces as balanced forces. We have also looked at some examples of balanced forces wherein we saw that the body was not able to move if it is at rest due to balanced forces. What I mean to say is a set of balanced forces cannot change the state of a body even if it is at rest, then the body continues to be at rest, and if it is in uniform motion, then it continues to be in uniform motion even if a set of balanced forces act on it. But one thing they can do for sure, that is balanced forces can change the shape of the body. So with this, we have come to an end of this video, and I hope this video was helpful to you. Thanks for watching.
TutorialsPoint.com. Simply easy learning.